ലോകജാലകത്തിലൂടെ നമ്മുടെ ജീവിത പങ്കാളിയെ കണ്ടെത്താൻ
വേൾഡ് മാട്രിമോണി.
Procter & Gamble's Value and Code of Ethics. Procter & Gamble Company lives by a set of 5 values that drive its code of business conduct. These values are 1. Integrity. We always try to do the right thing. We are honest and straightforward with each other. We operate within the letter and spirit of the law. We uphold the values and principles of P&G in every action and decision. We are database and intellectually honest in advocating proposals, including recognizing risk. 2. Passion of winning. We are determined to be the best at doing what matters most. We have a healthy dissatisfaction with the status quo. We have compelling desire to improve and to win in the marketplace. 3. Leaderships. We are also leaders in our area of responsibility. With a deep commitment to delivering leadership's result, we have a clear vision of where we are going. We focus our resources to achieve leadership objectives and strategies. We develop the capability to deliver our strategies and eliminate organizational barriers. 4. Trust. We respect our P&G colleagues, customers, and consumers and treat them as we want to be treated. We have confidence in each other's capabilities and intentions. We believe that people work best when there is a foundation of trust. 5. Ownership. We accept personal accountability to meet our business needs, improve our system, and help others improve their effectiveness. We all act like owners, treating the company's asset as our own and behaving with the company's long-term success in mind. 3. Importance of ethics in management. Ethical behavior among managers is even more important in organizations because leaders set the moral tone of the organization and serve as role models. Ethical leaders build trust in organizations. If employees see leaders behaving unethically, chances are the employees may be less inclined to behave ethically themselves. Companies may have print code of ethics, but the key standard is whether leaders uphold those values and standards. We tend to watch leadership for cues on appropriate action and behavior that the company expects. Decisions that managers make are an indicator of their ethics. If the company says it cares about the safety of employees but then does not buy enough protective gear for them, it is not behaving in line with its code. Likewise, if managers exhibit unsafe behavior or look the other way when employees act unsafely, their behavior is not aligned with their state code. Without integrity, there can be no trust. Leadership is based on trust. Ethics drive effectiveness because employees know they can do the right thing decisively and with confidence. Ethical behavior earns the trust of consumers and suppliers as well. It earns the public's goodwill. Ethical managers and ethical businesses tend to be more trusted and better treated. They suffered less resentment, inefficiency, litigation, and government interference if top management cut corners, however, or if they make shady decisions. Then no matter how good the code of ethics sounds, people will emulate the questionable behavior, not the code. As a manager, you can make it clear to employees that you expect them to conduct business in an ethical manner by offering seminars on ethics, having an ethics hotline via which employees can anonymously raise issues, and having an ombudsman office or ethics committee to investigate issues. Integrating ethics into managerial decision-making. Ethics implies making a choice between decision-making rules. For instance, when choosing between two suppliers, Do you choose the cheapest decision rule 1 or the highest quality decision rule 2? Ethics also implies deciding on a course of action when no clear decision rule is available. Dilemmas occur when the choices are incompatible and when one course of action seems to better serve your self-interest but appears to violate the moral principles. One way to tackle ethical dilemmas is to follow an ethical decision making process like the one described below. Step in ethical decision making process. 1. Assess the situation. What are you being asked to do? Is it illegal? It is unethical? Who might be harmed? 2. Identify the stakeholders and consider the situation from their point of view. For example, consider the point of view of the company's employees, top management, stockholders, customers, suppliers, and community. 3. Consider the alternatives you have available to you and how they affect the stakeholders or consequences or duties, rights and principles or implication for personal integrity and character. 4. How does the action make you feel about yourself? How would you feel if your action were reported tomorrow in the Wall Street Journal or your daily newspaper? How would you explain your action to your mother or to your 10-year-old child? 5. Make a decision. This might involve going to your boss or the neutral third party such as ombudsman or ethics committee. Know your values and your limits. If the company does nothing to rectify the situation, do you want to continue working for the company? 6. Monitor outcomes. How did the decision work out? How did it turn out for all concerned? If you had it to do over again, what would you do differently? 4. If you see unethical behavior in others, confronting it early is better. Early on, you have more of an opportunity to walk with the person in a fact-finding rather than an accusatory way. The discussion may nip the problem in the bud and prevent it from escalating. Keeping silent because you want to avoid offending the person may lead to much greater problems later on. As French playwright Jean-Baptiste Molière wrote, "It's not only for what we do that we are held responsible, but for what we do not do." A takeaway. Management involves decision making, and decisions often have an ethical component. Beyond personal ethics or a moral code, managers face making decisions that reflect the company as a whole, affecting its future success and vitality. Ethics doesn't just mean following the law, but acting in accordance with basic values. Exercises. 1. What are the consequences of unethical behavior? 2. If you were writing a code of ethics for your company, what would you do include? 3. In times of economic downturn, is ethical behavior a luxury? 4. How would you handle unethical violation and commit by one of your employees? 5. Nobel laureate economist Milton Friedman said that companies should focus on maximizing profits, not social responsibility or purposes. Do you agree with this view? Why or why not? 6. What aspect of POLC would be most likely to change based on what you have learned in this section? 7. The Ethical Enterprises, a Global Study of Business Ethics, 2005, New York American Management Association.